Yes.
Lights in the glasses. Okay. We went a little early to make sure.
We went 10
All right,
seconds.
let me
early.
check lighting things. You tell me which one you like better.
I like that one.
This
It's
one?
more natural.
It's warm. It's warm. Everyone's gonna look at the video and go, "Where's Matt Harloff? That's the only reason I watch these videos."
Unless
Hey,
it's my
hey
friends.
Tyson, if we want to see the chat, how do we do that? Sorry, amateur here. Hi, we've got two
You
friends, Tyson. See, look,
Do you
two
see
more people than you thought would come. Can I hit
3.
that? Sorry. I don't.
Live chat. Live chat.
Live chat.
Live chat. There.
No one's commenting, that's why you don't see.
Someone comment so we can see. We're newbies here. We don't do this YouTube live ever.
Well, we did it one time when I
want
had
to.
my long hair.
When I have my long hair. Hey, Craig Whitcomb, hi! Awesome. Hi! Oof. Uh-oh. Are we that bad already? So we're just here to just casually check in because we started this YouTube channel about a year ago with all these intentions of like sharing drum corps content and band content and color guard content and theater content and Disney content, and then obviously a lot of those
2020
things
happened.
did not happen. So I told Matt, I was like, we really haven't put much up there. Let's just kind of check in. And yes, Matt will be here. I know a lot of people want to hear from him and Tyson, but of course neither one of them really wanted to do this today because, you know, it's like lazy hangout day, and so they'll be around, but you get Shaylin and me first. So first of all, we wanted to say Happy New Year, everybody. Happy end of 2020. And today what we're gonna do, we will not be very long. Just kind of want to check in, recap some of 2020, our goods and bads, and what we're looking forward to the future. So, hey, before we get started, I got this for my birthday this year. It's 365 gathered thoughts. There are not 365 in here because I'm bad at doing it every day, but I got this at Sugar Boo and Company at Disney Springs. And you're supposed to, like, every day or as often as you can, jot down things that like make you happy or moments to remember during the year. And no, I'm not gonna read all of these, but I thought I'd pull out a few from the year because it's been a year and just see what I was thinking about this year. Here's my first one that really made me happy this year, eating Disney popcorn. And we were really lucky, even though one of our favorite and biggest vacations ever, which is to go on the cruise line. Hi, Floors! We had a Disney cruise planned, an epic one, and that got canceled. That was one of the first things that went down at the beginning of all this nonsense. And so, but we were able to squeeze in a couple trips to Disney, and eating Disney popcorn is one of my favorites. Do you want to pick one out? These are moments and things that I wanted to remember in 2020. Wait, hang on. Oh.
Dancing with the horn line again.
Dancing with the horn line again. Yeah, so something else positive this year was Avon did get to have a little bit of a marching band season. I know, Craig, I cannot wait to get back on the ships. Anyway, now I know when I watch YouTubers and I'm like, stop looking at the comments and talk to us. Well, it's hard to ignore them. Anyway, we did get a little bit of a marching season, and after our indoor wind season getting cut short and then not really having marching band in the summer, when we finally got back together again in August, it was just so joyful just to be there. All right, let's do two more. This says, the big boy loves napping with us. The big boy is our cat, Maximus. He doesn't like being held and cuddled, but he does love to like lay on us, and he'll cuddle with us. We just can't cuddle with him. Yeah, see, like he hates this. But we got to take a lot of naps in 2020, like a lot. And napping is one of my favorite things, and Maximus loves to come cuddle with us. All right, last one. And don't worry, I'll go through the rest of these without boring you guys on YouTube.
Driving to Disney and back safely.
Yeah, when we went down to Disney both times, we did drive. We are big drivers. We drive all the time to Disney, and every time we go down there and come back safely, it's just like very thankful, very thankful. All right, so we'll share our stuff and then we'll holler for the boys and get them up here. Again, we won't keep you guys very long. Thank you, anyone that's hanging out and watching or watching this later. But I'll let the girls start. I don't want to speak for her, but it's been a rough year for kids in school. I mean, if you guys have kids in school, you know that. So, but I told her to maybe try to think of some positive things as well. Don't just be all negative Nancy. So, Shaylin, what were some, you can start with the negatives, like what was challenging about the year?
I think the most challenging part is that I didn't get to like go to school and see my friends ever, and those people, other than my family, like make me happy, I guess. But like, I guess no, they make me happy, and they're just, I don't know, they like keep my sadness levels very, very low, and without them, without me seeing them like ever, my sadness like went up a lot, and it was just a rough time. I don't know.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm sure she's going to keep talking out. This is me. I always jump in and add things. I'm sorry if it's annoying to you, but we are very fortunate, or not, depending on how you look at it, that we do live in a state that allowed probably more things than some other states, and so she did get to go to school. I mean, it was full in person, and then it was hybrid, and then it was virtual, and then it was back in person, and then you were quarantined, and I mean, it's been a roller coaster, but there were those chances that she had to go to school and see her friends and do some band, and I know there are some kids out there that didn't get to do any of that, so you can keep talking now, sorry.
Also, some of the negatives is how short we're allowed to be with our friends, even if we're allowed to be with them.
Can't hug them, can't hang out, yeah.
Like in indoor, like they told us after indoor practice, just go home. Like, don't hang out with people.
Make sure you're just loud enough, okay? Just want to make sure everybody, can you guys hear her? I'm like Rapunzel's mother. Stop it with the mumbling.
The camera is like right here.
Okay, I don't know. Just want to make sure they can hear all the wonderful things you have to say. Even though that's
I'm
sad.
saying sad things.
You are. Okay, keep going.
Also the masks, even though they keep us safe, like they're just annoying sometimes. Just like all the acne from the mask is awful.
Mm-hmm.
But you know.
Thank you, Craig. Craig said he can hear you.
But you know, now that there's a vaccine, hopefully soon, we won't have to wear masks a lot. I probably will still wear masks if I don't have the vaccine. But you know.
Yeah.
But so.
Aw, Aunt Lori says she can hear you. Thanks, Aunt Flo.
Positives.
Well, one more real negative, and we don't need to dwell on this, but that Disney vacation, do you want to share why it was such an important one and why it was just such a huge, devastating loss this year?
Which one? The one where we didn't go to the park?
spring break.
Oh, the spring break. This next spring break?
No.
Okay.
The one that got canceled in 2020.
That got canceled. I was supposed to go with my cousin Ava Bell that lives. I forgot.
She lives in Minneapolis.
Minnesota. So I don't get to see her a lot, and I asked her to go on this Disney cruise ship in spring break for like a whole week. So it was a whole week with my cousin, and it got canceled, and we like cried on FaceTime for like hours. We were so devastated, and it was just such a letdown. I didn't see her at all this year. Like, I couldn't see her at DCI or for like Thanksgiving or Christmas or anything. It was just FaceTime, which
thank
great.
goodness we have that.
It's great, but
Yeah.
like it's just not as great as in person.
Uh-oh, someone's coming up the stairs. Let's see whose head it is. Don't fall down and hurt yourself. He's on the stairs. There's Matt.
Destroyed my knees.
What
are we doing?
Well, Shaylin is now going to talk. We talked about some of her bad things of 2020. What
There
positive?
were some bad things in 2020?
Oh my God! Here comes Matt. Okay, what good things do you have?
Lots of cuddle time with Max.
Max got all the cuddles this 2020. Yeah.
Also sleeping in. That was nice. Having a marching season for the first time for me, even though not really. Well, first time playing saxophone and marching. That was cool. And meeting new people, like my little fam. Having an indoor season, going to school. Some people aren't even going in school, so. I mean, school isn't really a positive, but you know.
We have learned that school is a positive.
Absolutely not.
All right. Do you have any thoughts about 2021? Any hopes or wishes or
I
resolutions?
hope that it's so much better than 2020. Because the vaccine, I hope that it works, and I hope it starts
The return to normal.
the return to
hopefully.
normal. It still won't be normal, but like a better life where we can go out and we can hug each other again, and the Disney performers can come back. We can go see shows again and traveling without being scared of getting something awful.
Yeah.
So,
Well, here's to that.
ears.
All right. I'm going to boot you out. Let Daddy come talk. We don't want to talk too
You
long.
can stay
The
there.
3 people that are watching are going to get bored.
Can I stay here?
Matt wants to stay there.
Can I?
Of course you can.
Sweet.
Just talk loud so we can hear, right? I want to make sure everyone can hear.
Shayla, you can stay here.
So Matt, we just were, well, I'm gonna take one more thing out of my jar because it makes me happy. Something else that
I
was a good moment.
participated.
You put some things in here.
I did.
Lori, we'll talk about Disney in a second. The next time we come, we're
I did
flying.
one.
Oh, this is a sad one.
Wait.
Being cast in Elf, our local community theater, The Biz out here tried really hard to put a safe production together. And even though they did all the things they could, just the realization of how bad COVID got around here around the holiday time, they couldn't do Elf. So we were both cast in it. We were looking forward to doing another show together, but next year, hopefully. All right, Matt, just quick, bad things, good things about 2020 for you.
It's hard for me to. I mean, I'm not sure if anybody had a perfect year this year, or it's hard for me to go through my list of frustrations because ultimately I know more people had more frustrations than I did. You know, I mean, I think we all had things that was tough, was hard to do, and yeah, I could go through my list, but you know, and I'm not even sure I really want to be specific about it. All I know is that, you know, it was tough for everybody, but you know what? My heart goes out to those people that was really, really hard, and still going through that. And so, I mean, that's really all I would really say about that. I feel bad for so many. You know, there's the top of the list of why you feel bad for people, you know, in terms of losing loved ones and losing their job and all that. I feel, you know, I mean, heart goes out to them. You know, and then lower on that list, is, you know, people that, you know, that in our world, we know that there was a lot of people that lost out on a lot of really, really cool experiences. So I just feel bad for that. So for my frustrations, it's, you know, it kind of seems minor compared to what a lot of other people went through. So, and hopefully we're, I mean, I think we can all kind of see a possibility of the light at the end of the tunnel, and hopefully we can get there sooner than later. So, good things. I enjoyed spending time with the family. I did. A number of years ago, Susie and I used to watch, you know, we really got into the year of 24 TV show and Lost. There was a couple years there where those were really popular shows, and we really liked them. And we got away from shows, you know, I don't know, the last 5-6 years. Not to blame anybody, but, you know, when the kids get a little bit older, you know, there's a lot more to do. No, you know, we kind of binge watched some shows, which has been
I
a
have
lot
my
of fun.
list. Can I share it with them?
Yeah, I just wanted to say that I like, the one thing I'd like to say is that I think that there are some things, and I'm not sure I'm sure some people probably feel the same way, but I think we ended up adapting to this pandemic, and I think that some of those things that we adapted to, we may continue 5 years later when, knock on wood, we are back to, living the way we want to live and doing everything we want to do and all of that and all that. So, but I think there's some things that we might want to continue. One of those would be, finding, because there's some great series. I'm embarrassed to say I never got into Breaking Bad. That is awesome. I loved watching that. That was the first one I did. Susie did one, and we did a number together. So I think we enjoyed that a long time ago, and we kind of got back into it. And so I'm hoping that it continues, because there's a lot of great series out there. We're into one right now that we need to get this over with so we can go downstairs and watch. So I'm kind of hoping,
Okay.
But go ahead.
Yes, Lori, that's exactly what we're watching right now. So what we have watched during this pandemic, Handmaid's Tale, we finally got that one. Ozark,
We hope both of those continue.
Man in the High Castle.
That's done.
That's done, but it was great.
Yeah, it was awesome.
We did The Queen's Gambit, which was nice and short. Super
That's
amazing.
spectacular.
I got into The Crown while he was doing Breaking Bad. So those were kind of like our own. And then right now we're doing the Peaky Blinders.
Peaky Blinders.
Peaky Blinders. We'll save the cuss words for later.
That's awesome.
Oh, and Cobra Kai. Yeah, he did that one. Yeah, I
Loved
did.
Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
Brilliantly done, and I hear they're coming out with another series, so I can't wait for that.
Also,
Oh, Mandalorian.
Oh, Mandalorian.
You can't forget
Duh.
that. Everybody's saying that.
It is kind of funny that I loved The Crown and he never watched it. The Crown. You should just watch it for the name alone.
I should.
Anyway, any other positives? Are you good?
No, I think that was spending time with the family. And I guess I did kind of already mention that I think there's some things that we've kind of been, I'm not sure if there are habits yet, but, whenever we get into more traveling like we had normally done, if you're in a place that you don't really know very well, maybe you do wear a mask, or maybe you do cover up a little bit just to,
Hand sanitizing,
Yeah,
not avoiding touching things like that you don't need to touch.
especially in places where, not family members and all that, but, especially places you don't really know. And I just think that maybe there's some habits that and then the Zooming, we've, even though we're not, face to face, and some could say we're not connected as well, but I would say that we might, because it's easier to FaceTime, it's easier to Zoom. I know Zooming can be, some people live on Zoom right now, so you probably hate that I say Zoom, So I know Jim Coates is one of those, and probably all the DCI directors, that's all they do is Zoom. And so I get that. That can be like Zooming sucks. But at the same time, we could Zoom with our friends later on tonight and do a toast for Happy New Year. We can do that. And so I think that, that's neat. Family members as well. We celebrated, that's a positive. My parents celebrated their 50th anniversary. Couldn't be with them, which we had planned on doing. Didn't work out, but we got together and we made a cool video that we may not have made if it wasn't this pandemic. We may not have made that. So I'm
I'm gonna ask her a quick question.
I'm kind of done. I'm rambling right now.
Yeah, someone asked a question about school. Yes, we are going back. I work in a different school district than Matt. Avon does go back Tuesday, January 5th, and I go back Monday, January 4th, full out in person.
Yep.
I guess that's what we're gonna do when we first go back, so yeah. I didn't think about that one, like the whole Zoom situation. How long have you been a part of Carolina Crown?
It's funny, I'm gonna answer by telling you the year I started because I don't remember, 2003.
2003.
So it's almost 20 years.
Wow.
17?
Is that math? 17?
Yeah, 17.
100 years, yes, Lori. It feels like it sometimes. I really don't remember life before Crown.
I don't either.
I mean, I do if I really think about it, but yeah, you literally don't. You literally don't. But no, that is interesting. The whole Zoom thing, again, like you said, some people live on it, so they hate it, but it has been cool to have that tool now. Because, yeah, there's groups of friends that I see through Facebook, but we actually would FaceTime each other and talk and have conversations and Zoom each other, and it was fun. Is Crown going to try and put something together this year?
The answer is yes.
Awesome.
That's all I got. I could tell you more, but I'm not allowed.
Yeah.
No, it's some excited about it actually. So, but yeah.
It's good to actually be working on something again.
Yep.
Hey Tyson, let's get the boy up here. I'm sure he'll be very quick.
He'll be like, my ear sucked, and then he would walk downstairs.
Yeah, Tyson, you guys, if you watch any of our vlogs, you know Tyson's on-screen personality, which is not what he's like all the time. You know, his whole, I don't want to be bothered. Can you get him?
I'll do that.
While you get him, I'll just,
Am I excused?
are you all done? Do you have anything else you want to add?
Happy New Year. Happy 2021.
Were your schools shut down all this semester? I know my school would. Yes, we'll talk about that in a minute, about what our schools, because we're in two different situations, we're in two different counties, and I'm in the same county as Indianapolis, so I had different issues than he did. So,
Happy New Year.
yeah,
Safe. Be safe.
go get
Be
Tyson.
healthy.
I'll tell you about the schools in just a minute. I want to go over my list so I can be done with this. I love what Matt said about thinking about the negatives of 2020 and just keeping it in context. Context, is that the right word?
I think so. I don't know.
Like perspective. Because for us, we have our jobs and we have our home and we're able to buy food and we were able to still go to Disney World, and there are people out there that are hurting so badly. So for us to even complain about anything, even as horrible and devastating as that cruise was, you feel guilty sometimes complaining about it, because it's like, we'll go on another one, you know, and so I don't like complaining about negative things. But yeah, I mean, Matt already kind of lost experiences and lost vacations, and those are probably the most negative things for me. Let Tyson talk real quick, so we'll get him out of the way, and then I promise I will get back talking about what happened with our schools. Tyson, you can stay right there. Can you maybe let us see you a little bit more?
Step up one more.
Aunt Lori loves your hair.
There.
Tyson, he just makes us laugh just by being. Tyson, do you have any positives or negatives you want to talk about from 2020?
Hanging out with you guys more,
Was that positive or negative?
both,
I mean, is he wrong?
but yeah, when I first found out my school was my school was closing back in March, it was exciting. Just like, oh, month off, get to spend some time with family and friends. It'll only be a month, but now, like, looking back at it, like, yeah, it was fun hanging out with the fam, but could have been at my university getting more experience. So
Yeah.
but at the end, I did a lot of things during quarantine. I edited some videos for some people. That was fun. Getting experience, but other than that, chilling.
Lots of chilling. Yeah, we feel bad because Tyson's college program is already accelerated. Like, he graduates in June. It's 20-month bachelor, and he missed like 8 of those months, which they still did school. It was just online, but he was here, you know, so he missed out on a big chunk of his college experience, which was already shortened. So we felt bad for him, but we really did enjoy that unexpected time. Well, I enjoyed it. I'm not so sure. Anyway, anything else you want to say?
I had a decent 2020. I mean, yeah, it sucked, but I looked at it on, I don't know, just playing it by ear the whole year and just going with the flow and just chilling.
All right. Thanks for stopping by, Tyson.
Mm-hmm.
Shayla's trying to help me because someone just posted something and I missed it and it went away. And sorry. Oh, there, right there. We can't wait. We'll be sure to watch all the about my color. Oh, thank you. Happy New Year to you. Aunt Yoya says she loves you, Tai Tai. Okay, so let me talk about school real quick because I think you can take it. Oh, take my car, please. Tyson's leaving. Bye, Tyson.
Bye.
Let me talk about school because I think we're done talking about pros and cons of 2020. I think.
Wait, can I have one more pro?
Go ahead.
I got to spam watch RuPaul's Drag Race.
RuPaul's Drag Race is on at our house on one of the TVs pretty much 24/7. We love that show. We do.
Well, I love it more.
She loves it the most. You win. Okay, so school. So just to put things in context, of course, Matt teaches in Avon, which is a suburb of Indianapolis, and it's a different county than Indianapolis. I teach in the city of Indianapolis. So the restrictions on my schools were much more severe because of the city environment. And the Avon situation, their school board, and most of Hendricks County, which is where we are, feels this way. They really firmly believe that having the kids in the buildings is a much safer situation than having them out. So they fought very hard to have things as much as in person as possible. So when the school year started, Avon schools were full out, everybody in school. And then what ended up happening throughout the entire semester was if quarantines got too big or too bad, then they would move to hybrid, where letters A through H went one day and I through Z went the other. And then at one point, I think right before Thanksgiving or sometime, like the quarantines got so bad that they couldn't staff the school. And so then they had to move to all virtual for a couple of weeks. It was never closed down or moved because of a large amount of cases in the school. There were never any large outbreaks, but it was just once you identified a kid and because they were in 100% in person, there was lots of close contacts. And so just lots of quarantines happened. Shaylin ended up going into quarantine twice, which is miserable.
One of them was during shutdown. Everyone was
She ended up being quarantined during one of the virtual times, yeah. So anyway, Avon has been a potluck. And you know, I understand, I guess, like their position of trying to keep the kids in school, but it has been very stressful for her. I can't even imagine the teachers. Like, and I know Matt's a teacher, but band is a little bit different, and I watched him and the band department kind of work through that, setting up Zooms and using smart music and doing everything they can to keep the kids playing. But as a teacher with like all that content and tests and all, like, I can't wrap my mind around how stressful that must have been for them to continually be changing. So we'll go back into school and then we'll see if there's any kind of spike from the holidays, and then Avon will adjust from there. I teach in a kindergarten building. So in Marion County where I work, K through 6 was all in person all the time because obviously you can corral and manage kids better. Their middle and high schools were hybrid all semester. And then right before Thanksgiving, Marion County said all of your schools have to go fully virtual because the numbers were just skyrocketing. So my last 3 weeks before Christmas break, I had no kids. But I still had to go to school, and we did like Google Meets and we did, you know, video lessons. And then they said, we can come back January 4th. Guess everything's okay. So again, we were all going back January 4th. So that's how that works. And I think it's so bizarre. I mean, how I teach very close to home, just in a different county, and how vastly different things are from district to district, from county to county, how every school district is kind of making up what they want to do. And I guess there's a valid point to catering to your community, but then it's also so wildly different. I don't know. It's just hard. You're having the entire semester and everyone full virtual. Yeah. And, you know, who knows what the right answers are? You know, we're trying to have an indoor winds and winter guard season. I've started cadet guard, and we have all these precautions, like they have to wear, hi from Northern Kentucky. The kids have to wear masks all the time. We have a block that they stand in whenever they're spinning or dancing, and they're always in the same places, 6 feet apart. They have their own equipment they bring to and from practice. They don't, like, we don't share anything. And really, the quarantines are the things that are taking kids out. That we really haven't had any cases. It's just they've been close contact with other people. So, you know, we're just pushing ahead and doing as much as we can till we can't, or hopefully we get through the whole season. So anyway, onward to 2021. Thanks for listening to our ramblings. If you guys have any other questions, I know you probably don't have questions for us. It's usually people have questions for Matt. So, but I can answer them the best I can. Go ahead and throw them up there if you have any questions. Other than that, I mean, I just wanted to check in. I'm so thankful that we still have followers and people are still kind of watching our channel, even though we don't have a lot of content to put out because nothing's really happening. Once we start the new year, Matt and I will be traveling down to Walt Disney World next week for the marathon weekend, even though that weekend was moved to a virtual event. We already had flights booked and cars and resort stays, so we're going just because that's usually our weekend that we get to go away. Yep, I'll answer that in a second, John. So anyway, Matt and I are still going and doing that, so we'll vlog that. If Cadet Guard and WINS are still going, indoor WINS, we'll vlog some of that content or share some of the stuff that we're doing with those groups. And then as Carolina Crown starts figuring out what they're doing, which, you know, Matt revealed they are doing something, we just don't know what. Hopefully we can bring some of that content to you too. So I apologize, our channel has been kind of this year, but gotta do what you gotta do. Yeah, true story. I love the bands during the marathon. They are so exciting. What did John ask me? Oh, we did not get together with any family. It's been just the 4 of us from Thanksgiving through New Year's. My little sister who lives in Fishers, which is just an hour from us, we usually always get together for the holidays, but she and her husband both tested positive for COVID last week, so we haven't seen them at all. Can you please let the cat go? Broken arrow, surrender to hope years. Yeah, I'm very curious to see how other band programs have dealt with all this. Like I said, it feels like everyone's on their own island dealing with it however they can. My goodness, have we been on here for half an hour? I need to go watch Peaky Blinders. All right, well, thank you those of you that came and hung out. That's it for us in 2020, hoping for a better, more active year in 2021. And our hearts truly do go out to people who are struggling right now, whether with jobs or family members that they've lost or are sick. We really do feel blessed that as hard as this year was, we've been very, very fortunate. So,
Max
and Max
agrees.
says goodbye. All right, Happy New Year, everybody. Thanks for checking in. We'll see you later.